Mechi G, and it's Friday. What's up, everybody? It's your girl Mechi G, and I'm back with the video. So I'm super excited yet nervous for today's video because if you've been following my channel, you know that I have been reading more books, and so I wanted to incorporate that into my channel. I'm going to start doing book reviews, but not just regular book reviews. I'm going to be doing a get ready with me book review because your girl, if this is your first time on my channel or seeing me, I am a beauty creator, content creator, which you probably haven't been able to tell because I haven't really been doing beauty content on this channel in quite some time. So I'm gonna start bringing that back, and I'm gonna incorporate into my book reviews. Bear with me, this is my first one, so we're both gonna, let's try this out. So if you're confused as to what's gonna happen, I'm gonna give my book review as I do my makeup. You're gonna get ready with me. And and hopefully learn about a wonderful book that has helped me tremendously. I highly recommend this book, but we're gonna get into it. So let me go ahead and start. I don't know if I should start doing makeup first or my book review. Okay, let's just do it. I can just give a brief summary about the book. So the book that I'm gonna review today is this beauty right here. It is called The Secret by Rhonda, I think it's by Rhonda Byrne. I apologize if I said her last name wrong. But a lot of y'all already know about this book, so I really don't have to say too much. But for those that don't, this right here is the one. Okay. Now that I told y'all about that, let me start doing my makeup. This book for me was a game changer. I found this book when, like, after my mom died and I had been through some stuff. Just reading it was refreshing. Like, I always heard good things about The Secret, and I was like, what is this secret? What is this? So I just started reading it for myself, and when I tell y'all, I think I finished it. You can easily finish it in a day if you really focus and read through. I think I finished in like a couple days or so. It didn't take me that long at all because I was that invested in this book. Excuse me, child. It was multitask here. This book is 216 pages in total. If I had to generalize this book, like what it's about, to me, The Secret was all about like the law of attraction. Am I drawing my eyebrows on right, child? Woo. It was all about the law of attraction and manifestation in different areas of your life. And it was also just about how a lot of well-known people that we know have used the law of attraction to better, to better their lives. So I also appreciated that sorry y'all, this is really harder than it looks. Like, I'm like, am I messing up my eyebrow? Am I also getting the point to y'all? This is gonna be a ride. Okay. I do like that. I probably should do my brows off camera because who can talk and do brows? My Lord. Okay. I'm gonna come right back after my brows, y'all. 1 second. All right, y'all, I'm back. I'm sorry. If you are a makeup artist and you know about brows, you know that it has to be quiet on the set. You gotta have focus for the brows, okay? Right now, I'm just blending in. I'm cleaning up my brows. I'm blending in with my favorite, a go-to if you're a makeup artist. You know about LA Girl Pro Concealer, the color Fawn for my brown skin girl. Back into the book review. That's basically The Secret, y'all. Did I spoil it for y'all? My bad. Read the book for yourself, but that's generally what the book is about. So for those that are unfamiliar with the law of attraction, it's just the ability to attract into our lives whatever we are focusing on. So your thoughts are primarily the cause of everything. Everything else you see and experience in this world is effect, and that includes your feelings. All thoughts turn into things eventually, is I think a quote that I heard in there. And when I really sat and thought about that, I was like, that is true. Like, if you think and focus on something long enough, like, I'm gonna be a makeup artist, I'm gonna be a makeup artist, I'm gonna be a makeup artist, you start to look at videos about like makeup and how to properly apply makeup, and then before you know it, you're a whole makeup artist. You've attracted into your reality the reality of being a makeup artist. Another example of the law of attraction is, you know how people say there's power in the tongue, be careful what you say because it comes to you? That is true. Okay, so quick story while I'm doing this. My very first experience with the law of attraction. But when I was in high school, before I learned how to drive officially, when I was in like about my senior year, I think it was my senior or junior year of high school, my mom was like real tired one day, and she was supposed to move the car behind our house so my dad could drive his car and park behind the house or whatever. In my mind, I was like, you know, Mom, let me back it up for you. You tired? Let me do it. I was really ready to get behind the wheel. And I'm just applying more concealer as a base for my eyeshadow, just for the record. But anyway, so I was like, I wanted to, you know, get my driving experience. I was excited to drive, and she was tired, so it was a perfect excuse. So my mom naturally was a little apprehensive. She was like, I don't know. But I was like, come on, Mom. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, bag the car into the side of the house or something? So she was like, all right, cool, like, just, you can do it, just, you know, be careful, whatever. Long story short, why did I actually back the car into the side of the house? So to paint the picture, the car was like, this is the house, and my mom had already like parked the car kind of crooked, so like I didn't have much room anyway. Theoretically, now that I'm a official driver, I should have pulled up, I should have straightened it out and pulled back. I know that now, but 18-year-old me, 17, 18-year-old me did not know that, child. So when I tell you I automatically put in reverse, I hit the side of the house, and to make things worse, the electric box on the side of the house controlled the electricity on the side of our house, controlled the electricity for like the whole street, everybody on the street. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I was so upset. I ran in the house and I cried and I locked myself in the bathroom. But I said all that to say, that was my first time realizing, like, I put that into the atmosphere. So when I read this book, I initially thought about that. Like, how many times in my life have I said something out and put that out into the atmosphere, and then that same thing happened? And of course, there's more things that go into it that if you read the book, you will learn, like, about frequencies and vibrations and the energies and things like that. But now the book also tells you how to use the secret. I know I said once you put something out there verbally, there is a chance that it could come to you. So out of the chapters that I read, so I have a couple. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna lie. Every chapter kind of was my favorite because it hit different. It hit to different areas of your life. Like, it talked about like your health, and I don't know, it just hit so many areas of your life and how to use the secret in different ways. So one of my favorites was Powerful Processes chapter, and it just basically talked about how your current reality or your current life is a result of your thoughts that you have been thinking, and how all of that will change, or you'll begin to see it change as you change your thoughts and your feelings. And when I tell y'all, I really had to sit and think about how, like, my current reality, where I'm at in life, the job that I have, just like, am I genuinely happy with my life, you know? And though I'm gonna say generally yes, but for the areas of my life that I'm not happy in, like, for instance, my weight, not now. Now I'm content with my weight, and I have a new love and appreciation for my body. But there was a time, y'all, there was a time when I was like, I'm depressed, I look horrible, I feel fat, like, I just was so down on myself. But when I really read this book and read about, like, that chapter, it made me think, like, I'm unhappy because my reality and me being unhappy has everything to do with my thoughts and how I feel, if that makes sense. If I'm not happy in a certain area, it's completely up to me to fix that, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? To do the work to get healthier. To just get healthy. It has nothing to do really with being big or whatever, but just to be healthy. Like, you can either complain and stay that way, or you can do something about it. And so when I read that chapter, I never realized how much truth that held. Our reality is formed from our thoughts, and we don't think about it. Like for me, now I've started to lose some weight, but it has nothing to do with like my eating habits. I think for me, it had everything to do with doing like work on myself. Like for years, and I kind of talk, if you are unfamiliar with my other videos, look at my videos. I really have been doing some work on myself since my mom passed, because I feel like a lot of issues I've had stem from like deeper things that I needed to work on, that I hid within myself. And so when I looked over my life and assessed my life, I saw that my relationship with food had to do with things that I hid, like some of my personality and like just being, I don't know, just different aspects of myself. And so as I started to work on those things and be more transparent and like not hide those things, it's been, my relationship with food is way better. Like I'm not as hungry. I don't crave certain things like I used to. And I just remember like praying about it. I ultimately like, oh my God, like I really want to lose weight, help me. And be careful what you ask for, because I did say a prayer around this time last year because I really wanted to lose weight, and I just didn't know how to stop eating or craving or eating the foods that I was craving. And then the top of this year, as a lot of you may know if you follow me, my health was not the best, and I kind of got forced into losing weight because, you know, I was dealing with like low iron, extreme anxiety and depression, and so I kind of got forced to lose weight. So I understand what people say when they say be intentional and watch what you pray for and what you speak into the atmosphere and speak to God about. Because baby, I done lost weight, but it came with some lessons, okay? But I say all that to say, really watch what you put out there, because there's some processes that go into, like, you're manifesting. Be careful with that. Now I'm going to do my foundation. I'm using Born This Way in the color Chai. Recently, on the beauty tip, aside from the book, we're gonna pause the book for a second. Beauty wise, I've gotten back into using these beautiful little beauty blenders, and I can tell y'all that I forgot how good a tool beauty blenders were. Like when I tell you, I typically use like a foundation brush to blend my makeup. So normally I use these little sponges, little wedge sponges, y'all know. And I typically use those and then go back over with my brush. This is all I need now that I've started back using beauty blenders. All that I need, okay? Anyway, getting back into the book. Another one of my favorite chapters is The Secret of Health, I think it was. And it basically talked about how our bodies are really products of our thoughts. So like I was telling y'all, like when I was unhappy, like with my weight, with myself and my weight, I had to sit, and I'm not saying this for everybody. Everybody's journey is different. I'm not saying nothing other than what I'm saying. For me, I realized that my thoughts and my habits were a result of my health, and not even nothing to do with my weight, like just how I felt, the fact that I had certain aches and pains, and I had to really look at what I was putting in my body. And also the fact that I wasn't processing certain things in my life, and that turned into food addiction because I didn't want to deal with certain things in my life. And that ultimately, from eating certain foods, affected my body. It affected weight, it affected how I felt, it affected certain like hormones and just so many different components of my health and well-being. And also about how, like, even if you don't feel good every day, if you have aches and pains, like your thoughts, once you make up in your mind basically that you are unhappy and you're gonna do something about it, that's all it takes. That's literally all it takes for you to either dig into yourself and see what type of discipline you have to get your body in order, to get your life in order. Your thoughts, if you have lazy thoughts, you're gonna have lazy actions, and it's gonna show in your body. It also talked about how we're beginning to understand in medical science the degree to which the nature of our thoughts and emotions actually determine the physical substance and structure and function of our bodies. So basically how our minds are tapped into our bodies. I don't know, I think that was a really cool chapter to read about, even down to the fact of like, if you're not feeling well, and this helped me last year, if you're not feeling well, just simply telling yourself, I do feel well. Like tricking your brain into telling yourself like, I do actually feel well. I'm affirming that I feel amazing, I look good. And watch how, like, when you put feeling behind it and really feel it, watch how better you feel. And I'm not gonna lie to you, there were some days when I was going through my little spout with anxiety where I didn't feel my best and I didn't want to get out of bed and I didn't want to just do life some days. But telling myself like, no, I feel good, I feel better. Even when I would go outside for a walk, if I had to get fresh air, just retelling myself. Because your mind controls your body don't control your mind. Now that's probably, not gonna lie, that's probably one of my best chapters, for the simple fact that I take that with me. I use that in my day-to-day. I know this looks really crazy. I look like a lion low-key, but anyway, my personal revelation after reading this book is basically, what you want out of life is completely up to you. You are the captain of your own ship. What you want for your life is up to you. Make it happen. If you don't want it for your life, get rid of it. It's literally that simple. I learned reading this book for the first time about being intentional. And being intentional is just basically the why behind what you're asking for, what you're wanting. If I'm praying, to put it into a prayer aspect, if I am praying for something specific, why am I praying? I'm praying for this reason, with the intention to X, Y, and Z. I'm praying with the intention to genuinely heal from a situation or to make a situation happen. Alright y'all, so I have added contour. Now I'm going to do my blush, and I just use my e.l.f. blush palette. Super affordable, and it's my go-to. But yeah, so anyway, back to the book. That's, to me, my biggest takeaway. Honestly, I would rate this book, honestly, 10 out of 10 if I had to, just because it's an eye-opener. Initially, I'm fairly new to like the spiritual journey and you know, just how things work. So manifestation, I've always heard, you know, from a religious aspect, they don't necessarily say manifesting. We just say, you know, there's power in the tongue. Whatever you want, pray, put it out into the atmosphere, and God will work it out. It's literally the same thing. The universe is a tool that God has created to bless us, I believe. So I feel. It's not saying like, oh, we worship the universe. No, it's like, for example, cutting grass. Can I myself cut the grass by looking at it? No. Or theoretically, if God were to cut grass, I mean, he's God, so he could probably cut grass by looking at it. But theoretically, in human form, think of cutting grass as like, the universe is the lawnmower and the grass is whatever we need done. I hope that makes sense. But it's like, we're not necessarily praising the lawnmower for getting the job done, because somebody created the lawnmower. You know what I'm saying? The lawnmower itself did not form, and you follow what I'm saying? So that's kind of manifestation to me. I think that whether you decide to pray and manifest and put things out into the atmosphere, or you just simply decide to speak things into existence, that's up to you. Somebody else can have it, you can have it. If you can think it, it can be yours. I'm learning that myself, basically. Alright y'all, that is all for this look, for this beautiful makeup look. It's giving like fall gothic, if I must say so myself. Should I leave these back, or what y'all think? Back, or with the things in my little antennas? I thought about doing like two like buns, but is that giving? Is that, they just feel so heavy, like ooh. Ooh. And this book means everything to me. This was the first book I've read in my adult life all the way through, from chapter 1 to the intro, if it had one, from the intro to, from the Ruta to the Tuta. I read the whole book and I loved it, and it was so impactful to my life and how I operate. And to think back over the years, well, y'all can go up and down my Mechi G page and look at my old videos, and even our couples channel if you can find it. I feel like just confidence, the things that I plan and I actively do, the fact that I wrote a book and I have a podcast, like those were thoughts in my mind and I was able to create those. And I'd like to think it's because of this book. It taught me about being intentional with what you want and working on what you want and making it reality. So if I had to leave you guys with anything, I would say, 1, get this book ASAP, order it, whatever you have to do, read it, apply it to your life. It's also a documentary. I think it's on Netflix, but if you can find it, definitely check this book out. If you like this video, go ahead and click that subscribe button to join the Beauty Bodega family. Yes, we are still Beauty Bodega family. Like this video, share with your friends, leave a comment. Have you read this book? What were takeaways that you learned from the book? What would you rate the book? Are you wanting to read the book? Just comment below. Let's start the conversation. Any other books y'all want me to read and review? I'm gonna get better at it, I promise. This one was the first one, so give your girl a little grace. But any other books y'all want me to review and read and review, let me know. I love y'all. Talk to y'all later.